Everybody, it's DJ here, just a few little tips again. Hopefully I don't have to make the mistakes that I've made. But this time I've actually jumped on YouTube and caught up with someone else who, was just given a bit of a tip too, and I like to sort of repay it back to the community as well in English. We've got a little Suzuki Swift here, and I wanted to put a different set of horns on there. My wife's pretty keen on letting people know when they're doing the wrong thing, and I don't think she's getting the respect that she needs out on the road, and not with a little standard horn that's there. So I found these little pair of little horns on eBay, and I had tested them out already externally, and they actually sound quite good. I'll see if I can swing the camera around and we'll show you what's going on here. So just continuing on, I found a couple of these horns on eBay. They're supposed to be 300 dB. Well, I don't think they're 300 dB. Anyway, they do sound quite good when they're honking together. So you would have thought in the engine bay here that it would be quite easy to find an electric horn. But where they've been, you'd think they'd put it there in an open space, or maybe around the battery area, open space. Well, no, they've decided to tuck it up right underneath here, haven't they? So I was talking, well, not talking, I was listening to a little chap in India. He had a little Suzuki Swift that I could make out, and there was one guy in the US, and they were all both saying the horn is actually tucked back up in here. So anyway, we'll have a bit of a look here and see if we can actually find it and take it off according to what they've said. So you got to take all the front cowling off here. So as you can see on the bedspread here, I just dropped the screws off the base of the cowling, and there's just one up in here and on both sides of the wheel well, and just a few across the front at the top, just some bolts. I've spaced them back out in their order and fashion there. So let's just take it off for a second. We'll give it a go, and hopefully the thing is sitting back behind. Right, let's continue on here now. Yep, I reckon now if we just grab the hold of this right in the middle, a couple of locating lugs there and there, just lift them up, and that is coming free. Let's have a look here. Where is this thing? Oh, here he is, right there. Beauty, right in the middle. Okay, we can work with that. I'm just going to be a bit careful. See the cables on the lights. I don't want the tension on them too much. I could probably unclip them, but I've sort of got my hands full here at the moment. So now we know what to do. We'll get into this right now. Ready, big horn. One last test. Wow. Okay, so where the horn was mounted right there, we've got our wire leading into it. I've actually taken all these clips out. I'm just going to take this last one off and get rid of this cowling here, so I can actually get back in behind where all the wiring is here, and I've got to strip that back a bit, put some connectors on it, and mount up our two horns. Now I noticed there was only one wire coming out of the this little connector here to going into the horn. So my assumption is that's the positive and that's going to be the negative. And I was beginning to unsheath this, and I thought, no, I'm going to leave that as it is, and I'll just use connectors instead of soldering. So in case I have to replace it, it's quick and easy to do. So I've just rudimentarily quickly wired up positive and negative here, and put this onto the bolt. We'll give it a quick blast. This is just the one horn for a start, and see if this works. Okay, let's find those keys. Here we go. On. What happens? Here we go, that's one side of the horn. Sounds pretty epoxy on its own, but once you get the second one, it's not going to be too bad. I can't say I'm terribly happy with the what's provided for the brackets to hold it. So if you have a look here, all they've given us is just a bracket with a nut, no washer. So I'm going to have a quick scout around one of my little boxes here of bits, leftovers. I reckon I've got some nylock nuts here somewhere. Oh, hello. That looks like something. Here's the second one. Oh, looking good. See if that's the right thread. No, that's not the right size. Let's have a look here. Perfect. So okay, we'll use that, and I might even put a little washer in between the bracket and the nut as well, and that'll be good. Now, there's a couple of little tabs here. I'm just going to do the mounting. If you can just see there, and there. I'm actually going to just gently bend those up a bit. Don't take them right off. We can always bend it back down again if you want to put the original horn back on there. Just mounted these up here, put them nice and tight on the back of the horn, and I just look under the brackets are actually a bit flexible, so I've sort of pushed them down a bit so that the back of this frame here sort of holds it as well. So we'll just wire these up here now, and we'll go from there. Righto, I mounted everything up here. Okay, so what I'm going to explain what I've done here. I've actually put the earth, bared the middle of the wire. This is a continuous wire that connects both horns. So we've earthed now. Got our two positives. I found a piggyback connector there, so I could have two coming out of there. I'll tidy all this up afterwards. So let's go and switch a key on and see what she sounds like, and hopefully it does connect and does work well. Here we go. Oh, that sounds good. Well, that's a little bit better than the old tinny Japanese Denso. Love it. Okay, let's tidy it all up and put it back together, and yeah, go from there. Putting the front plastics back on. Best way I've found to do this is actually just simply, it's probably designed this way, just line it all up, and then there's two lugs, if you can see where my finger is both sides here. If you can get them up and just get them to drop in there, and then everything else can sort of fit back in this spot. Get back over here, line that up, and then with the sides they protrude out a bit, all you have to do is then, without much effort, just lift it up a bit and pop them back into place. That one. There we go. Back in there. And that should fit behind there. These plastics, you've got to give them a little bit of force. Be a bit forceful without being too hard. So yep, we'll just screw it all up here now and go from there. Yeah, make it a bit easier. Just use the old ratchet gun here. Obviously, when you're going to do that, make sure it's on a light setting so you don't strip your threads. Terribly big, these bolts. And then all I've got to do now is put those to either side, those little plastic clips. Now, how do these go back in? One there. So with these little clips, you've got to make sure that head's protruding out of there. You just see that there, and then once you get it in position, do this one-handed here. Oop. Okay, see how it's there now? All I've got to do is just push the head in. You hear the click, and you know that's now secure. So that's all the top done. Just got to go down now and do all the bottom screws and little plastic clips, and we're sweet. Well, there we go, we're all done. All the front's up, tucked away, secured. Do now shut the bonnet. Before they do that, I better have a quick check, make sure there's no tools in here, and drop the bonnet and put a big ding in it. That would not be nice. I think everything's clear here. Yep, we're all secure. Let's pop that shut. Beauty. Done. We didn't have to do any extra wiring. Really. Anything too manic. Switch her on again. Try her again. Yep, sounding good. Beauty. Make sure the lights are working again. Fog lights. Beauty. Everything's connected. Okay, so that's it. a little project finished. So yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. Give it a crack. 15 bucks, bit of time, a little bit of wiring, a few little tools, and you got yourself a yeah, little sporty accessory.